something clear, ladies. You should be generating income when you are on these apps. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's diabolical how so many of you guys spend hours upon hours upon hours on these apps and you're not making any money. Why do you have so much time to waste? Make it make sense. Let me tell you this. If you are not generating income and building your business by posting, going live, and all the things, then we have a serious problem that we have to fix today. Not tomorrow and not next week, but it really needs to get fixed today. But you love wasting time. Something else I want you ladies to understand is this. You should be generating income while you are asleep. Listen, the goal is to build wealth. You cannot do that if the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it. Because let's be real, at some point you're going to want to take a vacation, yes. At some point you're going to want to go spend time with your family. You're going to want to practice self-care. You're probably going to want to get 8 hours of sleep, right? If the only time you're making money is if you're actively working for it and that's it, then we have a serious problem that we have to fix today. I want you ladies to understand this, okay? Listen to me very closely. You only need one digital product in your store, just one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life forever. See, a lot of you guys get hung up on creating ebook after ebook. And what you have done is you have convinced yourself that if you just make another ebook, then you're doing something. No, if you sell the first one, then you're doing something, okay? A lot of you guys get stuck in your comfort zone, and your comfort zone is making ebook after ebook, workbook after workbook. But you haven't even sold the first one. You haven't even sold the first one, okay? So we have got to fix that today, not tomorrow and not next week, today, okay? Today. Now, sorry you guys, something ended up happening. Okay, we've got to fix that today, not tomorrow and not next week. It has to get fixed today, okay? Now, ladies, listen to me. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and this morning we are going to be building our online business from scratch, okay? I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create and sell your digital products. We're going to build it, and then we're going to sell it. I'm also going to teach you guys how to build yourself. See, believe it or not, we get in our own way. We get in our own way. It is our lack of discipline. It is our lack of consistency. It is our lack of putting ourselves first in our own life. It is our lack of confidence. It is our lack of prioritizing ourselves in our own life. I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe that, but that's true. That is the truth. So we have to fix who we are, good morning, so we can actually get the results that we want, okay? Again, a lot of you guys love wasting your time on these apps. I'm going to urge and encourage you to close these apps and actually get the things done that we're talking about. It would also be in your best interest to take notes. Good morning. If I know anything about you, you are human at the end of the day, which means you're bound to forget something because you always do. Lifes, and stresses, right? But if you write it down, if you take your notes, anything that I do say this morning that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done, okay? The key word of this live, ladies, is going to be execution. You're going to hear me say this 10 million times this morning because I need it to stick in your pretty head. Not only are we going to talk about it, not only are you going to write it down, you're actually going to close these apps and do it. You got to do it. I don't know what world some of y'all live in, but the world that I live in requires execution, okay? You can't manifest your way to a business. You have to work for it. You can't hope your way to being a content creator. You have to work for it, okay? You can't pray for confidence. You have to show up and keep the promises that you make to yourself, okay? We got to execute, ladies. That's just the truth. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. YouTube, I see 20 people on here and not one person that hit the thumbs up button. Make it make sense. Listen, the more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, there are a lot of women who want to start their own business. They have a lot of goals that they want to accomplish, but they have no clue that they're the reason why it's not getting done. They're playing the victim game. They're blaming everybody else except themselves. They've refused to look at themselves in the mirror and recognize that they have some ish with them that they need to fix in order to actually achieve the things that they've always wanted to achieve. Good morning. If you guys have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat, because if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. YouTube, let's get some thumbs up on this live. Make it make sense. I see so many people on here and not one person wants to hit the thumbs up. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat. If you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. And while I wait for at least one person to put ready, let me ask you this and be honest. When was the last time you told yourself that today I'm going to take 20 minutes and I'm going to work on my goals? I'm going to close these apps and I'm going to lock in, even if it's only for 20 minutes. Some of y'all don't ever do that because you're so focused on giving to everyone else. You want to be here for that person. You want to be here for this person, that person, but you never want to show up for you. That's a problem. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority in your own life, or anything that we talk about this morning does not apply to you. You might as well leave now because you are wasting your time. And that is the truth. If you refuse to set aside 20 minutes to the business, to the weight loss, to this degree program, to getting a better job, whatever it is, it's not going to happen. So stop wasting your time. You've got to make yourself a priority in your own life. That is a non-negotiable. Okay? All right, good morning. Let's go ahead and get started. So, what is a digital product and how will we build our business? Good morning, good morning. So, a digital product, ladies, is something that you do not have physical possession of, okay? So, think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out somewhere in the cloud, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it can be anything. Please get out your head. Some of y'all are your own worst enemy because you overthink everything. Listen, there's something that you do really well already. There's something that you're really good at. There's something you have a passion for. Ask yourself, what is something that people always come to you for? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. That's what I need you to sell. Something else I notice a lot of you guys are struggling with, especially on the TikTok community, is you're struggling with reselling an e-course that you purchased from somebody. Because somebody on this app told you that you can make 10K in 24 hours and you believe them. But you're struggling with selling the thing and showing up for it consistently because it's not really something that you care about in the first place. You only bought it for a quick lick. But when you create something to sell that you actually enjoy talking about, then it's so easy to show up and sell it consistently. Okay, so do yourself a favor and create something that's true to you and your spirit. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys two apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you actually use them. So not only are you going to download it, you're going to open it up and you're going to use it. Okay? If you're ready for app number one, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. If I'm saying anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and double tap the screen. YouTube, I see 10 people on here. Typically, YouTube is my most active live. I don't know why on this beautiful Saturday, don't nobody want to hit the thumbs up. Ain't nobody hitting nothing. They just here, honey. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, Awkwardly. I'm so glad to have you. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me, because they do steal my videos. They do make fake accounts and they're going to turn around and message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled, especially on these TikTok streets, okay? All right, very good. App number one is Canva. Write it down. Canva, Canva, Canva. You'll be using Canva for everything. Everything. And let's be real. TikTok, y'all already know about this app because you scroll TikTok lives all day. Oh, oh, am I lying? You scroll TikTok lives all day, so you should already have this app downloaded, right? Oh, okay. This is what I'm talking about. You watch, but you don't execute. Make it make sense. You will be using Canva for everything, okay? So maybe you do want to create content. Canva has thousands of Instagram Reel templates on there for you to use. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel. I tell y'all every day, get on YouTube and start your channel. Some of y'all have seen my face before, and you still haven't started that YouTube channel. This is what I'm talking about, not executing. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there. And for those of you guys who do not know, good morning. The thumbnail is just that picture that you see before you actually click on the person's video. It's what draws people's attention to your video in the first place. All of the creators, including myself, are getting them off of Canva. Okay? And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make, but you want it to look all professional. Cool. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there for you. All 1000% customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, pictures, all of the things. Okay? Now, before we even get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's holding on to fear. If you did not know, if you're new here, on my live, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're ready to do. You want to start an online business, but you're scary as hell because you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, look, I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old for this? What if it's too late for me? Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, listen. First of all, I want you to understand this. Good morning. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Okay? Every single day that you were blessed with another day means that you were blessed with another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late. So get that out your head. Number 2, you are very tech savvy because let's be real with ourselves. You're on social media all day. You're liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who think they're too old for this, what do we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge, right? So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So get selling. Okay? All right. Yes, fear stands for fuck everything and run. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I am so glad to have you here. If I'm saying anything that is resonating with your spirits and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. The more we interact with this live, the more TikTok and YouTube will push it out to more people. App number 1 was Canva. App number 2 is ChatGPT. You will be using this app for everything. ChatGPT, okay? And this is AI, all right? AI is going to make your life so easy. So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. Fine, ask Chat, it'll tell you. Maybe you do want to start that YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single day, but you're hard-headed as hell, and you're just not too sure what to say in the videos because you're a little camera shy. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will script the entire YouTube video for you? Now all you have to do is say the words. And maybe you do want to make an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, but you're just not too sure what to put in the ebook. Cool. What if I told you that ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, it has never, ever, ever been easier than today to start your online business. But you keep getting in your own way. Because let's be real, TikTok family, you already know this because you're on TikTok lives all day. I already know. You scroll lives all day long. So you should already have your ebook completed. We're going to make our ebook. I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. This is why I keep telling you guys, there's a serious disconnect between watching and doing. A lot of you guys have convinced yourself that by watching people talk about business, you're starting a business. A lot of you guys have convinced yourself that if you watch people talk about creating content, you're creating content. The only thing you're doing is wasting your time. That's the truth. The only thing you are doing is wasting your time. You cannot watch your way to business. You cannot watch your way to building your platforms. You have to do it, which is going to require you to close the app and actually get this stuff done. But a lot of y'all don't want to do that. A lot of y'all don't want to do that. That's just the truth. Okay? If you're ready for prompt number 1, put ready in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Make sure y'all follow me so you don't lose me because they do steal my videos. Okay? You're going to open up the Chat GPT app. In the search, you're going to type this in. Here we go. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Thank you, Rooted. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, if you've got that, got that in the chat. Good morning. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. If you got that, got that in the chat. Let me know that you got it. Good morning. Good morning. You want to create a budget planner. Very good. So now we have to actually create it. Not talk about it, not wish about it, but we have to actually get it done. If you got that, got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and present. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I can repeat it. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. YouTube, can we get some more thumbs up in this live? How we got 25 people on here? And only 6 thumbs up. Make it make sense, you guys. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. It takes 2 seconds at the thumbs up button. YouTube, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're gonna hit enter. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Now, before we move into app number 2, I need you guys to write this word down. This says consistent. Write this word down. I want you to write it down, then I need you to underline it, and then I need you to go ahead and circle it. Because this morning, we are going to lock in on the true definition of the word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So I'm going to go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means when you feel like it. Some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. If I have time. No, ma'am. No. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, you will be working on your business consistently 4 out of the 7 days. Whether you want to do 20 minutes 4 times a week, or whether you want to do 5 hours 4 times a week, I don't give a damn. But you will start working on your business or any goals that you have for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. That is a non-negotiable. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. That is a lie that you tell yourself every single day to feel better about the decisions that you make. Because if you have time to scroll social media all day long, if you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows, if you have time to binge watch Netflix and Hulu, then that means you have more than enough time to do this. I don't know what world some of y'all live in, but in the real world, you have to actually do what we're talking about in order to actually get it done. Again, you have convinced yourself that scrolling is doing. No, scrolling is wasting your precious, valuable time. You have to be consistent. There's no way around it. That's the truth. Okay? Now, let's make consistency easy. Because life is hard enough. Life is hard enough, true or false. Life is stress is stressing, and the bills is piling up. So let's make consistency easy so we can actually be consistent and get the results that we want. Fine. Listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like, things that you have a passion for, things that you know about. I want you to go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only pick, ideas that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, What is something that I would absolutely love to talk about all day, every day, if I could? And whatever that thing is, that's what your business needs to be. You guys, when you love what you do, thank you, Josie, it doesn't feel like work. And when things don't feel like work, you're more likely to show up and do it. Okay? Again, the reason why so many of you guys are struggling to resell these e-courses that you done bought off of somebody is because, let's just be honest, you don't really care about anything in that ebook or that e-course that you bought. The only reason why you bought it is because someone promised you a crazy amount of money in a short period of time. Have you made it yet? No. Because you're not consistent, because you don't really care. Okay? So do yourself a favor and only pick ideas that you love to talk about. And if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, just ask for 10 more. And keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. Okay? Okay. One more thing before we move forward. This is critical. If you guys don't remember anything else I say this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. Okay? If you're anything like who I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. All of it. You have literally become an energy vending machine. You sure have. You're giving your energy to everybody. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your children. You are giving all of your energy to your aging parents. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to the news and celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. Can't. Why? Because you gave all your energy away. That's why. And now you feel drained. You feel frustrated. You feel exhausted. You feel resentment. You feel sad because you keep giving all of your energy away. Well, let me tell you the truth. That's your choice. You're doing this to yourself. Starting today, we are going to start being very, very stingy with our energy. And we are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence, okay? So you don't have to explain shit to anybody. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. Thank you, Beth. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her talk about her problems. It makes you human. Ladies, I don't know if you know this or not, but you matter too, okay? Your happiness is important too. So, you are going to start telling people no. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. This is money I could be using for my business. No, I cannot keep giving you rides back and forth. That is time I could be spending for my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. Tell her to go get a therapist. You have your own problems to fix. Because when you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Now you have the energy to show up for yourself and do the things that you've always wanted to do. And you know what happens when you start showing up? The money flows right behind it. Money flows where energy goes. When you start giving more energy to you, the money comes right behind it. I cannot make this up. And let's be clear. Half of these people that you're giving all your energy to, they don't reciprocate it back to you. That's why you feel drained. If it was true reciprocity, they would be building you up just like you're building them up. But that's not what's going on. You're doing all of the giving and they're doing all of the taking. And that's why you have the negative emotions that you feel right now. That's the problem. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. Learn that one hundreds of dollars, thousands too late. Listen, I can't make this up. You have got to be stingy. It's a non-negotiable. The answer is no. Okay? All right. Once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you will type this into ChatGPT. This is prompt number 2. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. Thank you. Essentially, that was prompt number 1. Prompt number 2. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share the live. Also, make sure y'all follow me so you do not lose me. YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Okay, write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by good morning. It has never been easier than today to start your online business from scratch because ChatGPT literally wrote it for you. This is why I keep telling you, you have no excuse to why you can't get this done because AI wrote it for you. Now, all you have to do is literally copy and paste. You will copy what ChatGPT gave you and you will paste it into Canva. So open up your Canva app. In the search, I want you to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They're all 1000% customizable. Prompt number 1 was give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Okay, thank you. Essentially, you will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to overthink, you know who you are. Because you overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day and it's not getting you anywhere. Stop. Just stop. Write this down. This says KISS, Kiss. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple Silly. Keep it simple, silly. The only thing I need your ebook to be, good morning, is clean, simple, and legible. Clean, simple, legible. As long as it's those 3 things, you are good to go. Okay, you will copy and paste. Now, once you finish copying and pasting and you love the way your ebook looks, you're going to download it as a PDF file. Download as a PDF. Okay? You will then upload that file to your hosting site. I hope you guys are taking notes. Ready? Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there, but these are some of the most popular ones. And your product only needs to be on one of these, not all 5. If you've got all of that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need any of this to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Let's go, let's go. Let me know that you got that because the keyword of this live is execution. And while I wait for someone to put got that in the chat, let me let you guys notice something. Let me let you guys in on something that I noticed. Thank you, Barbara. One thing I have noticed about people, and I used to be guilty of this too, we love our comfort zone. We love our comfort zone. We love it. And just so you know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the places that you go, the people that you talk to, the content that you watch, the vices that you have, the excuses that you have. It's just what you do every day or every other day. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. And notice in this comfort zone that we refuse to leave, we don't really get the results that we're looking for. Some of y'all have been wanting financial freedom for years, still ain't found it yet. Some of y'all have been wanting peace for years, still ain't found it yet. Some of y'all have been wanting happiness for years, ain't found it yet. Some of y'all have been wanting a business for years, still don't have the business. Some of y'all have been wanting to lose weight for years, ain't lost the weight yet. You want to know why? Because the results that you're looking for aren't in your comfort zone. And I don't have to convince you. Have you found it? No, because it's not there. And some of y'all have been looking for the results that you want for years, but you have refused to leave your comfort zone. The results that you're looking for, the business that you want, the content that you want to create, the confidence that you want, the peace that you want, the happiness that you want is not in your comfort zone. I promise you it's not there. You are going to have to make a decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different today to slowly but surely get to the results that you want for your life. That is going to require you to get out of your comfort zone. And notice, a lot of times we've been living in our comfort zone for so long, we have gotten comfortable with being stressed. You can't even imagine a life where you wake up every single day peaceful. We have become comfortable with being sad. Yes, we have become comfortable with being frustrated. We have become comfortable with being anxious. Listen, life does not have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. But in order to change it, you're going to have to take a half an inch out that comfort zone. Just commit to doing something a little bit different every single day. 20 minutes, that's it. So instead of scrolling for 5 hours, scroll for 4.5. And take those other 30 minutes. Get slowly out of your comfort zone. Do something a little bit different. Work on something a little bit different. And watch what will happen in 2 weeks. Imagine if you do that for 2 weeks, how good you would start to feel about yourself. Imagine if you did that for 6 months. Imagine if you did that for a year. You'd be a totally different person. All because you decided to slowly but surely take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit different to slowly get yourself to the results that you want. Can't make this up. Ladies, you got to leave that comfort zone. The life that you want is not there. If it was, you'd be living it by now. Okay? All right. So these are our hosting sites. Now, I use StanStore. I love StanStore. StanStore is great, but StanStore is very expensive. Okay, StanStore is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet. If you are brand new to all of this, I don't want you on StanStore. Too much. Okay. Instead, I want you to start on Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, one thing I know about you is this. You're going to make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you're going to execute, meaning you're going to close these apps and actually get the shit done. So, once you do start executing and you do start making money, then transfer everything over to StanStore later because StanStore has a lot of features that will help you expand your business like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me let you in on a little secret. Let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance today. Buy now, pay later is taking over. Okay, and that includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many these days. Buy now, pay later is taking over. All right, people are using that more than they're using credit cards. It is literally the preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because everybody's using it. And if you have a buy now, pay later on your site, I promise you, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, making your money, and you will transfer everything over to StanStore later. Okay? So what we just did was we just made our ebook. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together and we made it. We wrote it. Now we have to sell it. And I'm going to teach you how to sell. Good morning. But I got to be honest with you. Sales is 80% of the business. I've never heard of Sam Cart. Never heard of it. Sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half. Okay? So we've got to get sales right, or respectfully, we don't have a business. Okay? We got to get sales right. But before we get into sales, I do need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did should not take you longer than 2 hours. 2 hours is all you need. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than one, but I'm going to give you grace and I'm going to give you two. And just so we're clear, on my live, I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number over here. Don't give a damn. Because what you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Please, please, no. And I know you know how to copy and paste because you copy and paste the links to reels in the group chats all day. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, you and I have a serious problem that we have to fix right now. Right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and listen, I used to be guilty of this too. This is how I know. You want to be perfect. Let me guess. You're a perfectionist, right? So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and second guess her greatness. And then when you do decide to get started, you're going to take things out, put things back. You're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect. And then you're going to give up on it again. Then you let 3 more months go by that you'll never get back just to waste more of your precious, valuable time overthinking again. And when you finally decide to reset and restart, this time you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. These aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by. And you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that is what I do best. And I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. But just know I'm saying it out of love. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. I am not perfect at all. Nobody is perfect at all. Everybody is imperfect. See, what you really are is scary as hell. You're still living in fear. And what do we say? Fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You've been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1,000,000 idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failing. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is literally stealing your dream life from you. It is stealing it. And you let it. Because let's be clear, you know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You have prayed and prayed and prayed some more. You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know exactly what kind of life you want. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all the things. God heard you loud and clear. But every single day that you don't live like that is another day that you could have, but you chose to let fear steal it from you. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, is because we are self-sabotaging. Yes, you can start in Ethiopia, absolutely. This is all self-sabotage. That's what all this is. That's why I keep telling you, you are getting in your own way. You are doing this to yourself. This is self-inflicted, self-sabotage. And the reason why we self sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. If you put yourself out there, if you try something new, if you post your content, and if it doesn't work, your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self sabotage and you will come up with all these excuses as to why you can't get it done to avoid feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. You will lie to yourself and say things like, I'm too busy. You're not too busy. No, you're not. You're just scary of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. Because let's be real, you're on social media all day. Yes, you are. So that lets me know you have more than enough time to get all this done. But if you let go of the excuse of I'm too busy, well, then you would actually have to sit down and get it done. And if you put in the work and if you try and if you still don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will hold on to that excuse of I'm too busy. You're not too busy. Self-sabotage. You will hold on to toxic relationships and friendships. These people that you keep in your life, they're not doing anything for you. They disrespect you, they use you, they make you feel very badly about yourself. But you hold on to those friendships and those relationships and those family members because you will say things like, well, I can't let those people go. We've been best friends for 20 years. I know my boyfriend is mean to me, but he loves me. No, he doesn't. And those aren't your friends. Because if they were truly your friends, they wouldn't treat you the way that they treat you. And you wouldn't feel the way that you feel. But you hold on to those dynamics because deep down inside, you are terrified that if you let those people go, who would you be without them? Well, I'm going to tell you who you'll be. You'll be a very confident woman who now is saving her energy and her resources, and now you can put that energy into your business and your goals, and you'll actually get the shit done. That's the type of person you'll end up being. But you're terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work, so you'll continue to hold on to people that use you and abuse you. Self-sabotage. But I'm confused. I'm very confused. Because earlier you said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that you hate, that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you. You said that you were tired of constantly giving up on yourself, always restarting. That's what you said. But every single day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment because there's still things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we bring more income into the household and stop living paycheck to paycheck if there's no products? How can people buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we start having confidence in ourselves if we keep breaking the promises that we made to ourselves? Can't. Can't. So, we are going to have to launch. You are going to have to launch the product the way it is. And I need you to understand that no matter how much time you put into it, it still won't be perfect. You could work on it for another 20 years, go right ahead. And I promise you, it will still not be perfect because you are not perfect. So you cannot make things perfectly. But understand this, the more you do something, the better it gets. The more content you post, the better your content will get. The more products you release in the future, the better your products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. But it still won't be perfect. It will never be perfect. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. No, absolutely not. They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They did not always have their own production company making movies and TV shows that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. No. And they damn sure did not always have wrestling on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, Netflix.com. You had to make a list of all the movies you wanted to see. And these movies were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait till they could afford the fanciest software. They launched with what they had. And the longer they ran their business, the more customers they got. The more customers they got, the more money they made. The more money they made, the more they were able to reinvest the money back into the business to make the business even better. But let's be clear, it's still not perfect. We all got complaints. They keep raising the price, and I still can't find shit on there to watch. So, I don't know why you and your ego believe that you can skip the messy middle, but I'm going to need you to reel that ego on in some. Netflix is $1 billion business. And if they had a messy middle, if Amazon had a messy middle, if Tesla had a messy middle, why do you think you don't have to? Make it make sense. You will have a messy middle too, but you will launch regardless. Okay? Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours, to copy and paste some words is because you were distracted as fuck. Listen, I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I have accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Most people are just looking to pass time. That's it. They're just looking to complain and vent to whoever's willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to their problem, they bail. Because they were never really looking for help in the first place. They just wanted to waste time for a few hours. I'm not here for that. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. But in order to change, I have to make you aware of the things that you have been doing. Self-awareness is key, and most people don't have it. So that means I have to tell you the truth so that we can fix it, so that we can change it. See, when you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so that you can finally start to feel good about yourself, but you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally develop self-love and self-respect, but you make the choice not to. You choose to sit and watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally have confidence in yourself and stop caring what people think. But you choose not to. You choose to scroll on social media and laugh at funny videos and share them back and forth in the group chats. That's what you choose to do. And the reason why we hold on to all these distractions and all of these vices, gambling, binge watching movies, social media, the reason why we do all of this is because we're trying to escape. That's what all this is, escapism. And the reason why we're trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of us just being a grown woman and fixing it, we choose to run from it. But let me ask you, and let's just be honest with ourselves. Is that working? Is what you're doing working? Just be real. You don't know? Ask yourself, how do you feel on average? Day to day, how do you feel? When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited and ready to start your day, or are you dreading it? Do you find yourself stressed out, or are you at peace? Are you genuinely happy, or are you sad? Just listen to your body. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Because if what you're doing is not working, then that means it's time to change something. Listen, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing is no longer working for you, then that means it's time to change. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Okay. So, this is what we're going to do today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not next week, not next year. Today. Today, we're going to turn the TV off. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because somehow you get distracted there. You are going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You ain't coming back. You never do. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of those instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, there is no point in talking about sales if we don't have anything to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. If we are crystal clear, go ahead and put clear in the chat. Also, if I'm saying anything at all that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, double tap the screen. The more we interact with these lives, the more YouTube and TikTok will push these lives out to more people. Now, I told you guys earlier, thank you, Luna, that sales was 80% of the business. All right. So that means it's more than half. So we got to get sales right or we won't have a business. Thank you, Mott. But I have to be honest. Sales is where most people fail. Most people fail at sales, okay? Before you freak out and run away and say things like, oh my God, it's because sales is so hard. No, that's not why. Listen, sales is easy. Sales is very easy, okay? But people's mindset and the things that they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them, okay? So in order to sell something, we first have to change our mindset around sales. See, some of you guys are struggling to sell things because you're saying things to yourself like you're not a salesperson. Or what if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if people think I'm being annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay, let's go ahead and clear all that up. First of all, selling is not begging. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So get that out your head right now. Number 2, you do not have a choice but to remind people consistently who you are, what you do, and how you can help people because people are extremely forgetful. Ladies, I don't know what world you're living in, but listen to me. In this world, people are living their own life, okay? People's life is lifing and stress is stressing. And just like you, people are on social media all day, which means they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed every single day. You have to remind people consistently who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, or they will forget. It's inevitable. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to take notes on this live? I keep saying, write this down. Why do I keep telling you that? Because I already know you're going to forget. It's not a matter of if you forget, it's a matter of when. And when you forget, you can refer back to your notes and still get it done. You're welcome. Why do I keep telling you that the key word of this live is execution? You have heard me say that word time and time and time again. Why do I keep repeating myself? Because I need it to stick in your pretty head. Psychology has already proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. And I need that word execution to stick so that you remember to close these apps and actually do the thing that we've been talking about doing. You have to remind people consistently who you are, what you do, and how you can help people so they can remember. Otherwise, they will forget. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We all got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription to utilize 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. So even though everyone knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend our hard-earned money with them every single month, they still remind us consistently about their products and services and how they can help us. How? Well, look at their Amazon trucks. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. True or false? They didn't have to paint those trucks blue. They could have left them white. But they painted them blue and put their logo on them for a reason. Why? So that every time we see one of their Amazon trucks, our brain remembers Amazon. I can order from Amazon. You can't even go down a neighborhood or enter into a mail room without seeing Amazon packages everywhere. They could have left those cardboard boxes blank. They didn't have to put their logo on it, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every single time you see one of their packages, which is multiple times a day at this point, your brain remembers Amazon. I can order from Amazon. Now, let's be honest. Do you really think they're worried about being annoying? Do you really think they're worried about you thinking that they're begging you for money? Do you really think they're worried about you unsubscribing from Prime because they're doing too much? Girl, please. Absolutely not. No. Because they know they have a solution to your problem. They already know you're lazy and they know you want convenience. We all do. So they will continue to remind you every single day who they are, what they do, and how they can help you. And you will continue to spend your hard-earned money with them every single month. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. Listen, I have been on this internet full time for 6 years. You might have found me on YouTube. I got multiple YouTube channels. You might have found me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads. I am all over this internet. How is it that I'm able to show up and remind people consistently without Glowup Academy, without worrying about people thinking I'm being annoying or begging them for money or unfollowing me because I'm doing too much? How am I able to do that? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to become more confident in themselves. They want to follow through with the promises that they make and actually reach their goals. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. People want to become more consistent and disciplined. They want to actually reach their goals. They want to start putting themselves first in their own life. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. People want to build their business. They want to monetize their platforms and sell their products. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. If people thinking I'm being annoying because I'm doing too much, respectfully, they can just unfollow me or unsubscribe. I don't care. Because one thing I know about people is this: people do not change until the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same. In other words, until they hit their brick wall. They just ain't hit it yet. They may not be happy with their life, but they're content doing the same thing over and over again. That's fine. They'll come back when they're actually ready to change. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell. And I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell. And they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you're going to have the same energy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? Okay. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Yes, I am, Elevator. If you are ready for sales tip number 1, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. Make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me, especially on TikTok. You guys, they do steal my videos. They make fake accounts, and then they're going to turn around and message you, pretending to be me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Now, sales tip number 1, okay? Write this down. Content is king, and distribution is queen. Content is king, distribution is queen, okay? Let's start with the content is king part, all right? Listen, for those of you guys who do not know, content is just anything that you upload to social media, okay? So, long form YouTube videos, if you go live, stories, pictures, reels, if you post statuses on Facebook, X, Threads, all of that is content. And in our content, that's how we're going to get the word out about our products and services. That's how we're going to let people know who we are, what we do, and how we can help people through our content. All right. Content is king because remember, we said that we have to remind people consistently so that they don't forget. Now, one thing I want you guys to start doing is adapting a new mindset. Okay. I used to have this mindset of go hard, go home. If you're sleeping, you're not doing anything. We got to get this done, this done, this done. And all that did was create burnout. That's all it did. Okay. And I never really got anywhere with that type of mindset. So we're not going to do that no more. I want us to adapt the mindset of we're going to slowly take a half an inch out of our comfort zone, meaning we're just going to do something every single day, slowly but surely, to get us to our overall goal. We're going to crawl before we walk, and we're going to walk before we run. That's the new mindset, okay? I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, because the minute you start to feel overwhelmed, meaning you got this long list of to-dos, you freeze because you're not too sure what to do first, and then you get frustrated and you just don't do anything but waste more time. Okay, so the new mindset is we're going to crawl before we walk, walk before we run. Some of you guys are struggling with posting content consistently because you're camera shy. So obviously it's going to be damn near impossible for you to post content consistently until we get over that camera shyness. So if you are struggling with camera shyness, this is what you're going to do first. Okay. What I want you to start doing is sitting in front of the camera multiple times a day and talking to it. You can do 30-second increments. You can do 5-minute increments, 10-minute increments. And this is not stuff to post. This is strictly for you to get out of your camera shyness. Because the more you do something, the better you get. The more you sit in front of the camera and talk to it, you could talk to it, you could cook in front of it, you could work out in front of it. I don't care what you do, but you better be in front of the camera. The more you are in front of the camera, the more relaxed you start to feel and the more comfortable you start to feel. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. You don't get that excuse over here. Go take that excuse somewhere else. Because if you have time to bounce from TikTok live to TikTok live, if you have time to watch YouTube video after YouTube video, then you have more than enough time to do this. Now, once you do get out of that camera shyness, you no longer feel awkward or cringe or shy. Well, now we're going to take another half an inch out of our comfort zone, do something a little bit different. Now, we're going to lock into posting one 30-second TikTok video a week. Just one. 30 seconds. There's 7 days in a week, correct? So that gives you 6 days to utilize ChatGPT and have it give you video ideas. That gives you 6 days to have ChatGPT script a video for you if you don't know what to say. That gives you 6 days to play around with the TikTok editing app and edit your 30-second video. That also gives you 6 days to build up enough courage to hit upload. It's just a 30-second video. Once you are consistently posting once a week, you've gotten good at doing that consistently. Now we're going to take another half an inch out of our comfort zone and we're going to lock into 2 videos a week. And once you're consistently doing that, that has become your new comfort zone. We're going to take a half an inch out and we're going to post 3 times a week. Slowly but surely, we're going to walk before we crawl before we walk. Next thing you know, you are posting content consistently. You are building your platforms and you are selling your products, all because you decided to slowly take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day and do something a little bit different to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. I cannot make this up. Okay? Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only are we going to lock into build or posting content consistently, we're also going to be building at least 3 platforms. Why 3? Because 1 is too close to 9. That's why. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? Good morning. You would be freaking out. Trying to figure out how you're going to pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out. Like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. I teach my students we have got to stay proactive so we are not reactive. In other words, we got to stay ready. Now, it's not hard to build 3. Okay, listen, get out your head. The same exact video that you post on TikTok, you'll throw it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. I promise you it is not hard. Now, which platform should you grow? Well, that's up to you. Okay, you got a lot of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. Okay, so if you find yourself always on TikTok, start TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here. And then just choose 2 more. Now, I do want to let you in on this if you did not know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is YouTube, not TikTok. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. So I always urge and encourage my students to start their YouTube channel. If everybody is watching YouTube, why are you not creating content on YouTube? Make it make sense, please. The math ain't math. All right? Start your YouTube channel. Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's still holding on to all that fear. She's quiet as hell right now. She ain't saying too much. She's taking her notes. She's writing it down. She's happy that she found this live. She's like, Jazz, I needed to find this at the right time. This is divine timing for sure. But in the back of her head, she's like, what the hell did I just walk into? She's saying things like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business. It sounds amazing. I would love to post content. I would love to sell my products. But I just don't know. You're telling me to post consistently. You're telling me to build 3 platforms. You're telling me to make my own ebook. Good morning. I don't know, Jazz. I want to, but honestly, I just don't think I can. And that just sounds really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea, just listen. The very first thing I want you to know is this. I don't have the ability to convince you of anything. So I'm not going to try because I can't. I do not have the power to convince you of anything. So, if you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that building multiple platforms is hard, then fine. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that having AI write your ebook for you is hard, then fine. It's hard. It's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you're currently living is hard. Dragging yourself to a job that you absolutely hate, that is overworking you and underpaying you, is hard. That is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed and you are so unhappy with the way things are going right now is hard. That is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul that there is something better for you. You can feel it with everything you have, and you're still not living it. Now that's hard. That's hard. And you live like that every single day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there. And you let it. You let fear convince you that you can't do any of this. But look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder. One thing I've noticed about women, I used to be the exact same way. We have a toxic habit of never wanting to give ourselves credit where credit is due. You notice that? When was the last time you told yourself how proud you were of you? When was the last time you told yourself how amazing you are? Some of y'all don't even know. You have no clue. Because you never say those things to yourself. And that's crazy. Because let's be real, life's for everybody. Nobody's life is perfect. We have all gone through some extremely difficult times in life. And in those moments, in our darkest moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome it. No clue. But we did. We got through it. Because we're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself how strong you really are. I don't have to convince you. You've already proven to yourself how resilient you really are. I don't have to convince you. Because if you truly weren't strong, if you truly weren't resilient, then you wouldn't have been able to get through what you got through. But you did, which shows your strength and it shows your resilience. Listen, I remember when I lost my grandma, my whole world turned upside down. She was my rock. She pretty much raised me. And I remember when I went off to college, I used to call her like 4 and 5 times a day just to check on her and tell her what I was doing. And when she died, I was 25 years old. And I had no idea how I was going to live life without my grandma. And she was actually the first person I lost that was close to me. So that was the first time I experienced grief. And here I am, 10 years later, still living life without her. That is strength. That is resilience. You are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. And this is why I keep stressing the importance of building our confidence. Because this is a lack of confidence issue. Time and time again, you keep breaking the very promises that you made to yourself. And this is the results of that. Every single time that you tell yourself you're going to post and you don't post, you are slowly chipping away at your confidence. Every single time you tell yourself you're going to start your business and you don't start your business, you are chipping away at your confidence. Every time you tell yourself you're going to lose weight and you don't lose weight, You are chipping away at your confidence to where you no longer think highly of yourself at all. And this is the result of all of that. You have got to get off of these apps and keep the promises that you made to yourself, because if you don't, you will continue to feel the way you feel. You will continue to believe that you can't do any of this. Meanwhile, look at what you're already going through, that you're already getting through, that you're already handling. This is a confidence issue. This is a confidence issue. And look, I don't have to convince you of this. You can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps whose life is worse off than yours right now. And they're still showing up, getting it done. There are women on these apps with more children than you. And they're still showing up, getting it done. There are people on these apps who are living their darkest moments right now. They got laid off. They lost their house. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still showing up, getting it done. So if they can do it, why can't you? Well, you want to know why you're not? It's not because you lack talent. It's not because you lack skill. It's because they made the choice to let go of fear, and you choose to keep holding on to it. That's the only difference. That is the only difference. You choose to let fear steal your dream life from you, and they chose not to. Listen, my online business changed my whole life. I can't make this up. I've been doing this full time for 6 years, started during COVID. Made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have confidence now. I think very highly of myself. But before all of this, before COVID, I lived a very different life. I used to be miserable. I used to be so stressed. I used to be depressed and anxious. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I was very insecure. I had a 9 to 5 that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I have bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because they told me that if I went to college and graduated, I'd be able to get a good job with benefits and stability. I'd be able to make more than enough money to travel a few times a year, put extra money into my 401k, save for a house, and then when I do get too old to work, I'll be able to retire with dignity and live the rest of my years in peace. That's what they said. That's what they said. So I bought in. I went off to college. My mom told me to go. All of my friends were going, so I went. And I did the whole dorm room experience. Stayed about 2 hours away from home. 4 years later, graduated, got my bachelor's degree. That shit cost me $40,000. Moved back home. Most college graduates do because you got to try to find a job. 6 months later, got my first full-time job with benefits, PTO, health insurance. I was so excited. I was 23 years old and they were about to be paying me $60,000 a year. That was more than I ever made in my entire life. I really thought I was about to be rich. I thought this whole American dream was really about to take off for me. So I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to be a grown woman and do grown woman things. So I went out and got my own place. Didn't stop there. No. I had to do what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I had a car. My car was paid off. My grandma got me that car for high school graduation. It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G title in hand. But it was old. No leather seats, no push to start, no tablet on the dash. So I had to upgrade, right, to match my new upgraded life. Yeah. So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger. Couldn't tell me shit. My mom and grandma told me not to do it, but I'm like, they're old. They don't know what they're talking about. I did it. Bought it. That car cost me $450 a month. And we all know, with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke. There were no trips. I couldn't afford to put extra into my 401k savings. Okay? I could barely afford to eat. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, at 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back because I'm like, everybody has student loans, right? Girl, the government is not playing with you when it comes to those student loans. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. So they won't call you. They won't send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because they want to see your tax returns. Because here's the kicker. They're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no children, they said I should have no problem paying $400 a month. Whoa. I was like, what? $400 a month? I can't afford that. They don't give a damn. They don't care. It's not up for negotiation. I had 11 student loan accounts. They lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped. 520. So there goes my American dreams of home ownership. Because who's going to give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nope. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in that American dream blueprint did they tell me I'd be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up very sheltered. Okay, in my early 20s, I was very naive. I was gullible as hell. I believed anything that anyone told me. And when I went into the interview, my supervisor who interviewed me, she said that even though the department was all women, they all got along. And even though I was going to be the youngest one working there was no cattiness. Everyone was one big old happy work family, and it was just great. So I went into the department believing that was true. Mistake number one. I learned that in corporate America, people are fake. You gotta watch. See, they will kiki and caca with you in the break room, but don't you dare get confused. That is not your friend. That's not your friend. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they will still invite you to happy hour. They will invite you to their house. They'll invite you to their weddings and baby showers so you can meet their family, but do not get confused. They don't like you. It's weird. They will even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, they'll all come together and buy you a gift, but they don't like you. That's what they're doing. Okay, it doesn't make sense, but that's what they do. They will even do the whole Thanksgiving potluck in the break room. So everybody brings a dish. We all sit down at the table and we sing Kumbaya, but they don't like you. And best believe, all you have to do is piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day you work there will be a living nightmare. I made the mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31. I was 23. We used to do everything together, even off the clock. And she told me multiple times I was the little sister she never had. And my naive ass believed her. And I said, you're like the big sister I never had. Well, we both decided to put in to get promoted. She decided to tell my supervisor everything that I told her about my supervisor that I did not like in confidence. And as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked in that department was a living nightmare. Now I take full ownership. That was my fault. Didn't know no better. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to find a new job. But no one was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hate my job. For the first time in my life at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. You are blessed. Because I wouldn't wish that feeling of trapped on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trapped feels. You could try to be positive and be optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trapped feels. You could try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you wake up with the same problems every single day. That's how trapped feels. You could try to work some overtime or get a part-time job to catch up on some bills, but just when you start to get a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I used to live like that for 6 years. I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in every single day. I started to bring that job home with me. You know what that means? So what that means is you've clocked out. You're at home. You should be spending time with your spouse and enjoying time with him, but you can't because these people at work have started living in your head rent free. You can't escape them. Now you're telling your spouse all of the toxic things they're doing to you at the job. They are stealing your peace. I couldn't sleep anymore. I was so stressed out about bills. I started to have anxiety in my stomach. You ever had butterflies that you can't seem to get rid of? I started to become paranoid. I was afraid they were going to try to fire me every single day. And to cope with all that anxiety, all that depression, I started drinking. See, first it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but it quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And see, the reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, then you're already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains you is hard. Crying every day because you're so unhappy is hard. And see, the reason why I was so stressed back then, the reason why I was so unhappy and miserable back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to back then. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies and I didn't have any interests. My life literally began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I used to think there was something wrong with me for being so depressed about my life. You guys, anyone would be depressed. That's depressing. There's nothing wrong with you for being upset with your life. Yes, that is depressing. But the beauty of online business is you can monetize anything. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. You can literally monetize anything you want. And I don't have to convince you. Look at your For You page. How many times do you scroll and you see the darndest things and you're sitting there saying to yourself, how are they getting paid to do that? I know for a fact I could do a better job than them. You want to know how? I'm going to tell you how. Because they decide to let go of fear. And you make the choice every single day to hold on to it. And I want to say one more thing to you before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do with your family at home who loves you. Yes, you do. See, I literally worked 9 to 5, okay? So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, 2 hours in the car, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. I'll never get it back. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before you have to put everyone else to bed, just to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't even get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not peaceful. They get the depressed version of you. They get the anxious version of you. They get the stressed version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed, just repeat the cycle again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you love. But Sunday, not so much. No. Because you have to prepare for the work week, right? Mm-hmm. So that means you got to cook. You got to clean. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to do laundry. And then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, He loves me. And He loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be hating the very life that He blessed me with? He didn't. That's not why He put me here. He put me here for a very special reason. And He allowed me the opportunity to find it. And online business, social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason too. There is something extremely special about you too. But the problem is, life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It'll get dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was a toxic family member that took your light. Maybe it was a toxic relationship that took your light. Maybe it was toxic friends that took your light. For me, it was a toxic job. And now you're sitting here thinking that anything that we're talking about this morning you can't do. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. If you thought the thought, that's because you can. See, I believe that the ideas that we get come from God. So if something inside of you said to you, try this, start this, post this, you should do this, that's God talking to you. He talks to you all day. He would not give you an idea that you couldn't do. He wouldn't plant seeds in an environment that could not harvest them. He gave you that idea because you're more than capable of doing it. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. Because if you don't, fear will continue to steal your dream life from you. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day. Just do something small to slowly but surely get you to the results that you've always wanted. You can do this. If you couldn't, it wouldn't even have crossed your mind. But you gotta let go of fear. You have to let go of fear. Okay? Okay. Sales tip number 2, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay? People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, they're not buying. Okay? So how do we get people to like us? All right. Well, we're going to do that through our content. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, we said our content is anything that we post to social media, anything that we upload. So reels, pictures, stories, long form YouTube videos, going live, statuses, all of that is content. And the content is how we're going to get the word out about our products and services. Okay. In your content, I need you to be relatable. And I need you to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. See, people connect with people through emotions, all right? They have to resonate with you in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because what you're trying to do in your content is be perfect. But what you fail to realize is nobody can resonate with perfection because nobody is perfect. And then you're being unauthentic because you're not perfect. So that's why it's not working. I need you to be yourself, okay? The community that we build, our viewers, our subscribers, our commenters, those are the people who buy our products, okay? Now, don't let fear take over and try to convince you that people won't like you. That's impossible. And I used to be fearful of this too. You guys, there's 8 billion people in this world. All right, somebody is bound to like you. The internet is what connects all of us to each other from all over the world. There is a whole world of people out there who need you. You have the very solution to their problems. But you are keeping them from getting the solutions because you're so in your head and you're overthinking and you're not posting. You guys, I have people inside of Glowup Academy from all over the world. There are women in there from Australia, Jamaica, Canada, Barbados. I'm in the US, the UK. I've been to none of those countries. But I was able to help women from all over the world because I didn't let fear take over. I decided to be myself and help people. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then those of you guys watching wouldn't have been able to receive this message. And I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to others because you won't get out your head. So please, for the love of God, post your videos. They will like you. I promise. Okay? I would have not connected. Exactly. Post. Welcome from Brazil. See, that's what I'm telling you guys. The internet connects us all from all over the world, all walks of life. Okay? We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. How do we get people to know us? All right. I need you to go live. I need you to go live. All right. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best way. Why? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect with you and engage and interact, and it allows you to promote your products. Even if you want to be faceless, you can still go live. Okay? Now, some of y'all are going to be hard headed and you're going to say, Jazz, that's great, but I don't want to go live. And I'm going to just say, fine. I told y'all earlier, I'm not here to try to convince you to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to go live, don't. But I do want to remind you that you also said you didn't want to go to work. You said you were tired of feeling overworked and underpaid. It amazes me how many people are willing to drag themselves to a job and work hard to build someone else's business and build wealth for them, but they absolutely refuse to lock in for 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, and build wealth for themselves. And don't use the excuse of you don't have time, because if you have time to be on social media, you have time to go live and host your own. And I don't have to convince you, on TikTok, you see people all day and all night going live, selling their products. They're selling hair, makeup, nails, clothes, digital products, anything. And the internet doesn't sleep. They go live all day and all night. So it really doesn't matter what time or what time of the day or night you go live, just go live. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. Okay. For my live shy ladies, listen, the only reason why you're live shy or camera shy or any type of shyness is just because you don't have enough experience doing it. It's not because you suck. It's not because this isn't meant for you. It's just because you don't have enough experience. That's it. Okay? We have been on this live for 102 minutes. And one thing I know about people is this: if you're still here, that's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Because if you really thought I was full of shit, you would have left by now. So I need you to go ahead and trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. Anything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. And I don't have to convince you. Look at the results in your own life. Believe it or not, you did not always know how to walk. But now you walk just fine. How? Because you did it consistently. You did not always know how to read and write, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you do it consistently. You didn't always know how to do your job. You didn't always know how to drive, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you do it consistently. So just imagine what would happen if you went live consistently too. Can't make this up. I need you to go live. We said people only buy people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? All right, listen. There's a reason why I'm telling you to post content consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, if you're living under a rock somewhere, ladies, but people work extremely hard for their money. Okay? You work hard. I work hard. Everyone is out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard earned money, well, then you're going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? First, what we have to do is remove ego and pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there's nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already know. Whatever. I'm not here to convince you. Otherwise, if that's what you want to believe, keep thinking that. Just know pride always comes before the fall. Now, for those of y'all who can remove ego and pride, and you recognize that there's always room for growth and improvement, I am talking to you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our profile and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. Now, we have to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. So we got to be honest. Now ask yourself, is it clear who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this. Take the emotion out, ladies. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, well, then you should not be confused as to why no one is buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. Just fix it. Make it clear who you are, what you do, and how you can help people so that when people go to your profile, when they go to your channel, they know exactly what they can get out of your content. Just make it clear. But the problem is you choose not to. Listen, that's the beauty of life. That is the beauty of business. That's the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Anything, and I mean literally anything, please don't overthink, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it, but you make the choice not to. I already have accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. No, especially not on TikTok. Most people are just looking to pass time. That's the truth. Meaning, they just want someone to complain and vent to. But the minute you present them with the very solution to the problem, they bail. They dip. Because they weren't really looking for solutions in the first place. I'm not here for that at all. I am only here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life, the woman who has hit their brick wall. One thing I know about people is this: people do not change until the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same. In other words, until they hit their brick wall. A lot of people have a lot of complaints about their life, but they are content in their complaints because they haven't hit a brick wall. So they have nothing driving them to change. Until they hit that brick wall, they will not change. In order for me to help you fix your problems, I have to make you aware of the things that you've been doing. Self-awareness is key. And most people are not self-aware. That's just the truth. So I got to tell you the truth so that we can fix it. Anything that's not giving you the results that you want in your life, you have the power to fix it. But you make the choice not to. If you are struggling with live shyness or camera shyness, fix it. I already told you how. Start going live consistently. Start being in front of the camera consistently. And I promise you, in a week or two tops, if you do those things consistently, you will not be live shy or camera shy for long. And even though I gave you the exact solution to your problem, most of you, as soon as I get off of this live, all you're going to go do is hop into another live. All you're going to do is watch more YouTube videos. Then you're going to sit there and have the audacity to complain about your shyness. Well, at that point, that's a choice. You want to be shy. Because if you truly wanted to change that, you would do the exact thing I told you to do. But you choose not to. Because you weren't really looking for a solution in the first place. You were just looking to pass time. And that's the truth. If you are struggling with confidence, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to create content, then create it. If you told yourself that you were going to start a business, then start the damn business. If you told yourself that you were going to sell your products, then sell them. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then lose it already. You've been talking about it for years. And even though I gave you the exact solution to the problems that you claim you have, most of you, as soon as I get off of this live, all you're going to go do is hop into another live. All you're going to do is watch more YouTube videos and then have the audacity to sit there and complain about why you're so insecure. Well, at that point, that's a choice. That's what you want to be. Because if you truly wanted confidence in yourself, if you truly wanted to stop caring what people think, then you would do the exact thing I told you to do. You weren't really looking for solutions. You were just looking to pass time. See, you're going to have to change. Believe it or not, there are things about you that's holding you back from the results that you want. The problem is we have comfort zones. And you don't want to leave your comfort zone. You want to bear all of the fruits even though you didn't put in any of the work. That's not how life works. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's just what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to. It's the places that you go. It's the content that you watch. It's the vices that you have. It's the distractions that you have. It's the excuses that you refuse to let go of. That's what your comfort zone is. That is all it is. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But notice that the results you're looking for, you haven't seemed to find in your comfort zone. Because if you did, you wouldn't be here. If you truly were getting the results that you wanted in your life, you would not be scrolling social media all day. You would not be watching TikTok lives. You would not be bouncing from YouTube video to YouTube video. You would be out living your best life. That's the truth. You would be living your best life. But you're here. Because there's things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. The results that you're looking for are not in your comfort zone. You've been looking for years and you haven't found it because the peace that you're looking for isn't in your comfort zone. The financial freedom that you're looking for is not in your comfort zone. The confidence that you're looking for is not in your comfort zone. The business that you claim you want so badly, not in your comfort zone. No, it's not. You are going to have to make a choice to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get to the results that you want. Whether you want to spend 10 hours a day. I don't give a damn how much time you spend per day, but you will have to start spending time every day to slowly but surely get you out of your comfort zone and to the results that you want for your life. Or you can just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you've been doing. Don't change a thing. And come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. See, I know I'll be here. Because one thing about me is I'm consistent as hell. So just come back to my live a year from now and let me know how it's going. You're going to have to change. Because there's things about you that do not align with the version of you that you want to become. But you will not become that version that you have made in your head until you take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different. See, one thing I've noticed about people is we have a trapped mindset. And we've been living in this trapped mindset for so long that we don't even recognize that we're living in a trapped mindset. But I am here to tell you that you are not trapped. And there is always a solution to your problem. But in order to actually get out of the problem that you have, you're going to have to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone that you refuse to leave. And see, we attract what we are. I know that may be hard to hear. I didn't want to hear it before either. But it's the truth. You attract who and what you are. Some of y'all might be like, no, I love my best friend and all, but I'm nothing like her. No, you're just like her. Because if you weren't like your best friend, y'all wouldn't be best friends. Y'all share similar beliefs. Y'all share similar habits. If y'all were truly different, you would not get along. But y'all get along just fine. Because believe it or not, y'all are very similar. I used to have a trapped mindset too. And I used to believe that I was really trapped at that 9 to 5 that I hated so much. And the crazy thing is, I was surrounded by other trap-minded people. Everybody at my job, all of my coworkers, we all believed we were trapped in this 9 to 5 that we absolutely hated. I was not trapped. I always had options. You have options too. But the options that you have are going to require you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit different, even if people around you don't agree with it, to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. See, I could have quit my 9 to 5 and moved back home. I sure could have. I had that option. But my mindset back then was, if I quit my job and move back home, that means I'm failing at life. No, you want to know what failing at life really means? Living a life you're not happy with. Being miserable every single day. That's failing at life. But the mindset I had back then was, if I moved out of my mom's house just to have to move back in, I'm failing. That's what I really believed. Even though it would have just been temporary. Until I found a better job doing something else. I chose not to. I chose to stay at a job that was draining me because I feared failing at life. I could have quit that job and just went back to fast food. But my mindset back then was, I'm too good for that. That's really what I believed. I really believed that because I was a college graduate, I was too good for fast food. I sure did. I sure did. I really believed that. Even though the job that I had was draining me, it was making me cry, it was driving me to drink every single day, it was stressing me out, I still chose to stay there than to go to fast food. Even though that's what I always used to work. I worked McDonald's, Hardee's, Burger King. I worked all them places. But because I had a bachelor's degree, I felt like I was too good for it. None of those jobs caused me that type of drama. I was never stressed at McDonald's. I was never stressed at Burger King. But I still chose to stay at this 9 to 5 because it was the status quo. Because I could say I worked at 9 to 5. Really? Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? And then I let my coworkers convince me that that would be stupid. And I'd listen to them, even though they were all miserable. I listened to them. You attract what you are. So every single day, I chose not to. I chose to stay at a job that I absolutely hated. I chose to complain. I chose to vent. I chose to throw pity parties for myself. I chose to make excuses and talk about what's not fair. I chose to do all of the things except the one thing that would have changed my entire life forever, which was leave. All I had to do was just leave that job. That's it. But I chose not to. I was never trapped at that job. There are always options. But in order to get untrapped, you're going to have to take a half an inch out that comfort zone and do something a little bit different, even if the people around you don't agree, to slowly but surely get to the results that you've always wanted for your life. Some of you guys have convinced yourself that you can't fix your problems yet because you just need more information. And you really believe deep down in your soul that if you just watch more TikTok lives, if you just watch more YouTube videos, if you just ask ChatGPT more questions, if you just archive more reels on how to level up, you will get all the information that you need and you will have the ability to fix your problems later. You really believe that. But what if I told you that you're not lacking information? No, you're not. No, you're not. Because let's be honest, you're on social media all day. You have all the information that you need. You have watched all of the TikTok live coaches at least once. You have seen everybody's face, including mine. You have watched countless YouTube videos on how to start your digital products and how to monetize your YouTube channel. You have already asked ChatGPT 500 questions last week about how to start your business. And you have already archived reels about how to level up. You have all of the information that you need. You are not lacking information. What you are lacking is implementation, meaning you don't execute shit, which is why I made the key word of this live execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who consistently talks about what she's going to do, but you just won't hush and do it. You are the woman who will complain and vent about her problems instead of just get up and fix it. You are the woman who will make excuse after excuse as to why it won't work for you. You are the woman who will convince yourself that you're not good enough and that you're not smart enough, failing to realize ChatGPT is the brain, so you don't have to be smart at all. You are the woman who will procrastinate and talk about what she's going to do tomorrow, next week, next month, and those days never come. You are the woman who throws pity parties for herself and just talks about what's not fair. You are the woman who does all of the things except the one thing that will change your life forever, which is start. You refuse to start. And until you start, nothing for you is going to change. You can watch 5,000 more hours of TikTok lives. You can watch 500 more YouTube videos today, but none of the information that is given to you will mean a thing to you if you don't start. There is a disconnect between watching and doing, and you have convinced yourself that watching is doing. Ma'am, you cannot watch your way to a business. You cannot watch your way to monetizing your YouTube channel. You cannot watch your way to financial freedom. If you truly want to save money, that means you have to actively stop spending it. If you truly want a business, that means you have to turn these apps off, hit record, and make the video, and then upload it to the platform that you want to be on. You watching is just wasting time. The only reason why I've made the money that I've made is because I got off of these apps and did the thing. You really think that watching is doing, and it's not. The only thing you're doing is wasting your precious, valuable time. You will watch about the thing. You will talk about the thing. You'll even journal about the thing. Some of y'all have been journaling and journaling and journaling. There's nothing left to journal. There is absolutely nothing left for you to write down. You will manifest about the thing. You'll do all of the things except the thing. Because that's outside of your comfort zone. That's why. See, your comfort zone is watching. Your comfort zone is reading. Your comfort zone is listening. Your comfort zone is journaling. In order for you to take a half inch out your comfort zone, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to actively get up and do it. And until you do that, nothing for you is going to change. It's not going to change. I promise you. Don't believe me? Fine. Keep doing what you've been doing and just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. The only thing that will change is your age. You'll be 1 year older and still in the same exact position that you're in right now because you refuse to change. There are things about you that are holding you back. And until you change who you are, nothing for you will change. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of yourself that is very confident, who doesn't care what people think about what you're doing, who knows how to stick to the plan and not the move, who knows how to put yourself first in your own life and not care what people think. I'm going to assume that you want boundaries and standards, and that when people disrespect you, you cut them off without caring. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of yourself that's running your business on your term and living life to the fullest, and only surrounding yourself with people who truly love you and value you. But in order to become that version of you, you have to change who you are. See, that version of you is already within, okay? She's already there. However, she's buried under the fear. She's buried under the excuses and the procrastination that you refuse to let go of. And until you let go of those things, you won't be that version. You have to change. It is you that is holding you back. It is your refusal to get out of your comfort zone that is keeping you stuck. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is draining you. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is stressing you out. It is making you anxious. It is keeping you resentful. It's keeping you frustrated. But you will continue to be those things until you take a half an inch out. Just lock in on doing something just a little bit different every single day. And I promise you, it will get better. One thing I've noticed about people today is entitlement is at an all-time high. People have become so entitled. And you've been living in the sense of entitlement for so long that you don't even realize how entitled you have become. Because see, a lot of y'all believe deep down in your soul that you are entitled to time. You really believe that. And you have convinced yourself that if you don't start today, you are entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start tomorrow, you are entitled to next month. And if you don't start next month, you are entitled to next year. You really believe that you are entitled to time. And I'm confused as hell. Because the last time I checked, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. So how do you know that you will always have tomorrow? How do you know that? Who told you that? How do you know that you'll always have next month? How do you know that you'll always have next year? You don't know that. I hate to burst your bubble, but you are not entitled to tomorrow. And instead of you living every single day that you are blessed with to the fullest, doing the things that make you happy, only being around people who love and respect you, not people who are using you, living your life and working on your purpose, doing what truly brings fulfillment to you, working on your goals, instead of you living the life and the time that you have with to the fullest, you choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time scrolling social media. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time worried about celebrities and their gossip. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time binge watching Netflix movies and Hulu movies. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time living in regret, living in shame, living in guilt. You know, shame, guilt, resentment, regret, those are heavy emotions. And those emotions will weigh you down. They will destroy you. They will make you feel so bad about yourself. But instead of you letting go of whatever you're holding on to and forgiving yourself so that you can live a peaceful life, you choose to tear yourself down. You are not entitled to time. And believe it or not, eventually, one day, you will run out of time. Time is your most precious, valuable asset. See, some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all think it's money. Some of y'all have convinced yourself that money is your most precious, valuable asset. I'm here to tell you you are wrong. It is time. It is your time. Because yeah, you could lose $50 tomorrow. And of course it'll piss you off. It might take you a few hours to earn it back. But guess what? You can still get it back. But if you lose your time, if you waste your time, you don't get not 1 second of that back. It's gone forever. The only thing you get is regret. That's it. Time is your most precious, valuable asset. It's not money. And you choose to waste your precious, valuable time every single day. And listen, I don't have to convince you on how quickly time is moving because you can see that for yourself. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's 8:30 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it's May 2026. Wow, I cannot believe I'm 35 years old. Or insert your age there. Well, if you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you can already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're not entitled to time. You're going to have to change that. One of the toughest reality pills I had to swallow, and this is tough, so go ahead and brace yourself because your ego will shatter. Your life and the direction that it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For the longest time, I didn't want to believe that. See, I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. Well, my obesity was a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat and the exercises that I chose not to do. That's the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. My finances were a direct reflection of the choices that I made. For the longest time, I used to believe that the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I just didn't make enough money. And if I just made more, that problem would go away. Nope. You want to know why I was living paycheck to paycheck when I had that 9 to 5 I hated so much? I brought it on myself. You want to know the truth? The truth is, I was living above my means. That's true. I was buying cars I couldn't afford. That's the truth. I was staying in apartments that I couldn't afford. That's the truth. So I chose the stress that came along with it. I put that on myself. Now, some of y'all might be like, Jazz, I hear you. People do live above their means. But my finances are a direct reflection of the choices I made. How can I get ahead in this economy? Jazz, food prices, rent prices, gas prices, it's too damn high. How is that my fault? Okay. Your finances, your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm here to tell you the truth. And the truth is, you do it to yourself. I'm going to tell you how. Ladies, times have been hard. True or false? This didn't happen last night. Food prices, gas prices, rent prices have been on the rise for years. This is not new. But every day you choose to do nothing about it. Because let's be honest, you already knew what an ebook was. I didn't teach you that. Because you're on social media all day. You've already watched countless coaches teach you how to make an ebook. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. Because let's be real, you already knew YouTube was paying creators to make videos. I didn't teach you that. You already knew it. Your YouTube channel could be monetized today. You could have started your TikTok account last month. You'd be building your community today. And what did we say our community is? Our viewers, our subscribers, our followers, our commenters. Those are the people who buy our products. But every day you choose not to. You choose to scroll. You choose to manifest. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to make excuses. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that'll change your entire life forever, which is start. You refuse to start. You refuse to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day to do something a little bit different to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. And until you change those things, nothing for you is going to change. Gotta change. You have got to change. And look, I'm not perfect at all, okay? Not even close. The version of me that you guys see today is a reflection of the changes that I've made. I'm nothing like who I used to be a few years ago. Every single day, the only thing I did was slowly but surely take a half an inch out of my comfort zone and just do something a little bit different, a little bit better every single day. And it compounds over time. That's it. I used to be 100 pounds overweight, and I told you guys, for the longest time, I used to yo-yo diet. So I would lose 20, gain 30. Lose 50, gain 70. Year after year, I was just getting bigger, 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 bigger. I had recognized, obviously, I don't know how to lose weight and keep it off. Because if I did, I would have done it by now. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I decided to try something different because what I was doing wasn't working. I decided to hire a personal trainer. Never did that before. Changed my life. Changed my life. Not only did I lose 100 pounds that go around, I have since kept it off for 4 years. My whole family is obese. And all of my friends back then were obese. Well, you attract what you are. You're a reflection of the people you spend the most time with. And I surrounded myself with a whole bunch of obese people giving obese advice. But when I got around my personal trainer, changed my mindset. He taught me that no matter how hectic life gets, you still have to move your body. That's the new standard. And no matter how stressful life may be, you still have to eat most of your food at home. That's the new standard. Changed my life. He's still my personal trainer to this day. Now most of my friends are very in shape. I look at my friend, I'm like, dang, I gotta get like her. Shit, I thought I was doing good. I gotta get like her. Gotta change. I used to procrastinate. Yeah. My motto was, why do today when I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. And later never showed up. Later never came. It was always tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. I used to live in fear too. Scary as hell. And notice, you guys, the fears that we hold on to, these are things that haven't even happened. We literally hype ourselves up for worst case scenario. Have you noticed that? This fear that you're holding on to, these what ifs, it hasn't even happened. These are things going on in your head. You're making all of this up and you believe it. It is always worst case. Why do we never think best case? Best case scenario, you post your content, you feel good about yourself, so then you want to do it again. Then you do it again. Next thing you know, you're being consistent. Now you're building your community, you're making your sales, and now you actually have a business. All because you decided to think best case instead of worst case. I think it makes sense. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. You know, I used to call myself stupid on a daily basis. Now, let me ask you, how was I going to be a successful entrepreneur when I keep calling myself stupid? How was that going to work? It wasn't. I had to change that. Ladies, let me tell you this. Your internal world and the things you have going on in this pretty head of yours will always manifest into the external. So if you have chaos going on in here, I know for a fact your life is chaotic as hell. Chaos. Every day you got something going on. It's just drama. If you disrespect yourself internally, I know for a fact you have people in your real life who disrespect the hell out of you. But it makes sense because that's how you treat yourself. You're going to have to start putting some respect on your name. You're going to have to start speaking highly to yourself. Stop saying things that doesn't make... Why would you call yourself stupid? Why do you keep telling yourself what you can't do? Why do you think that's okay? That is not okay. If you wouldn't say that to a child, then you have no business saying it to you. You are smart and you are more than capable. And everything that you touch turns to gold. And you better stand on it. Stop disrespecting yourself. That needs to stop today. Change your thoughts. Change your life. One of the biggest distractions that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, that would just went away. No. Ladies, your problems don't just go away. If you don't intentionally fix them, they just get worse. My obesity was getting worse. If I didn't fix it 4 years ago, who knows how big I'd be today? I'd probably be about pushing 500 pounds. No lie. My alcohol problem just got worse. See, at least when I was working, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit my job during COVID. Everything was shut down. I had nothing but time to drink. And I took full advantage. See, I quit my job on a whim. I just put in my 2-week notice and I was out. I had been there for 6 years. I was turning 30 in a few months. I just got fed up. And I also believe that God was telling me, Jazz, the time is now. Quit now, quit now. It was just something inside of me that kept telling me to go. So I left. Put in my 2-week notice. I was done. Now, my plan was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months while I built my business, and then my business would take over from there, and then everything will just be smooth sailing. That was the plan. Okay. Now, granted, I don't have any kids, so my stimulus check was only about $2,000. And I had just bought a house, by the way. Hadn't even been in the house for a whole year yet. The mortgage was $1,900. So right off gate, the math was not mathing, but I didn't care anymore. I quit, couldn't do it. So now I'm at home trying to make it all make sense. I'm watching YouTube videos, watching TikTok lives, digital products, monetization, content, platforms, algorithms. But it's not working because nobody's buying my stuff and no one's watching my content. I'm getting pissed and I'm getting stressed. I had a lot of ego back then, by the way. I was very prideful. And nothing that I did was wrong. See, I used to be that person that blamed everybody else for their problems. Yeah, that used to be me. And so I wasn't blaming me for the fact that no one's buying my stuff. Absolutely not, because Jasmine is perfect as is. It's YouTube's fault. YouTube doesn't like me. It's not my fault that no one's buying my stuff. It's Instagram. Instagram doesn't like me. That's really what I thought. I'm getting mad at God because I'm like, God, hello, you told me to quit. I quit and I'm running out of money. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, you're going to start trying to foreclose on a house I hadn't even been in yet for a whole year. I'm stressed and I'm pissed. See, I told you the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. I was telling myself that I was being productive and doing everything I could do. But that was a lie. Because I was always drunk. I was not posting content consistently. I was not going live consistently. The only thing I was doing consistently was drinking. I couldn't sit there and blame myself and tell myself that I had a problem. I had too much ego for that. I couldn't say, Jazz, you have a drinking problem. The embarrassment, the shame, and the guilt that I would feel if I admitted that, no, I had too much ego. So I just continued to lie to myself some more. And I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because see, in my mind back then, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So as long as I wait till after 11, even though I'm drinking all day, every day, as long as I don't start my day with alcohol, then I don't have a problem. So there's nothing to discuss. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from you, because eventually you're going to hit a brick wall. And eventually God is going to force you to listen. I believe God is within you. He's not outside of you. He's within you. So you have God within you. I have God within me. But when you start looking for him outside of you, that's when you run into all your problems. Those ideas that you get when something is telling you, try this, start this, post this, that's God talking to you. That intuition, that gut feeling that you get, that's God talking to you. And notice, we try our best to avoid listening to God. We say we listen. It sounds good in conversation, but we will actually distract ourselves to avoid listening to the voice within. Because let's be real, we already know exactly what we should be doing. You know exactly what you should be doing. You just choose not to. Oh, you don't agree? Okay. Let me ask you. Since you listen so much, how many ideas did God give you last year that you didn't even try? Since you listen so much, let me ask you, how many times have you gone against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right? We never want to listen. But eventually, God is going to make you listen. I'll never forget. I was sitting on my bed crying, scared as hell, because I didn't have the money for my mortgage. I'm like, God, they're going to take my house. I worked so hard for this house, and they're going to take it from me. And God said, Jazz, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years, which is true. I had been. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you, and you're wasting it. So, what are you going to do? You're going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to change? Are you going to fix it? I decided to change. I decided to fix it. The pain of staying the same outweighed the pain of change. I decided to stop drinking. I haven't had drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently, started making sales. My platform started growing, all because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to feel good about myself. I started saying nice things to myself, like, I'm proud of me. I'm really smart. I'm doing this. I'm really good at this. All because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I started to have confidence in myself. See, what I failed to realize back then, and what a lot of people don't realize, is this. Ladies, let me tell you what. In order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. In order to get something, gotta give up something. In order for me to lose 100 pounds, I had to give up fast food. I had to give up soda. But you know what I got in return? I got my health back. In order for me to get the business that I have been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave all those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60,000 a year to replace the job I hated so much. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you could help me make $45K, I will cut the cable off. Please just help me get out this job. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 1,000 Instagram followers because I didn't even know 10 people, let alone 5 people in real life. So I'm like, shit, if I could get 1,000 people to follow me, wow, I'll take it. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for just a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling sorry for myself. God gave me a lot of confidence. I think very, very highly of myself. I keep all of the promises I make to myself, all because I decided to change. See, a lot of times we delay our own blessings because, let's be real, we've already prayed. God heard us loud and clear. He knows exactly what side of town you want to live on. He knows exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. He knows exactly how much money you want in savings. And most importantly, he knows exactly how much you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. He knows all of the things. He heard you. And he is ready to bless the hell out you. But the problem is, he gives us free will. So what that means is, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. So if you want to waste 5 years, he'll let you. If you want to waste 20, he'll let you. You know, some people don't get all their blessings because they refuse to change. But when you do change, when you listen, when you finally become obedient, he gives you everything you ever could have imagined, all on a silver platter. And sure, maybe change is hard. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's hard. Okay. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Crying every single day because you are so stressed out is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me. I know. Going to a job that drains you every single day is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing deep down in your soul that there is something better for you and not living it is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. See, I've lived both hearts, and I will always choose this one because at least this heart comes with peace. This heart comes with purpose. This heart comes with freedom. This heart comes with confidence. This heart comes with happiness. This heart comes with the income that you need to live the life that you want. I keep telling you, time and time again, if you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God does not plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. And those ideas that you get, that is God talking to you. He is telling you to try it because you're more than capable. If it was truly something that you could not do, that was too far out of reach for you, trust and believe, you would have never thought about it. It would never crossed your mind. But it did because you can. You thought about creating content because you can. You thought about starting a business because you can. You thought about selling your products because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day. Just do something a little bit different so you can slowly but surely get to the results that you want. Because if you continue to hold on to that fear, you will continue to live the life that you've been living. You're gonna have to change. You gotta change. For those of you guys who want to change, I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I can't help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, then respectfully just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Fine. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change, then I want to help you. Inside Glowup Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your online business. Everything that you need is inside Glowup Academy. I know we talked about creating an ebook this morning, but maybe that's not your vision. Maybe you want an e-course, or maybe you want to create a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. It's inside of Glowup Academy. Maybe you want to monetize your platform. So you want to get paid to post on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Fine, I'll teach you. All of my platforms are monetized. It's in there. Maybe you want to sell on live. You want to go on TikTok live. You want to sell your products how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It is all inside of Glowup Academy. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glowup Academy. But not only are we going to build your business inside of Glowup Academy, most importantly, we're going to build you. Inside of Glowup Academy, you and I are going to build your confidence every single day. Inside Glowup Academy, you and I are going to build your consistency every single day. Inside Glowup Academy, you and I are going to build your discipline every single day. Inside Glowup Academy, you and I are going to start putting yourself first in your own life. We are going to start making you a priority. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, but we do not all have the same responsibilities. You and I are going to figure out what works best for you and your life and your responsibilities so that you can still be that person to your family, to your friends, but still be a good person to you and get the things done that you've always wanted to get done. Glowup Academy is the space where not only do you start your online business from scratch, but you also become the woman who not only starts, but actually follows through. Now, before I let you join Glowup Academy, there's a couple of things. First thing, I only let 10 people in at a time because believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product but no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but we got to lock in on one. So you're listening to all the ideas God gave you, but nothing is flourishing because you're spreading yourself too thin. I told y'all earlier, money flows where energy goes. So you're putting your energy in too many places, and that's why nothing's getting done. So together, you and I are going to pick your one most favorite idea, and we will grow that. And then once that one is actually making money, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull out another idea. Okay. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start yet, and that's fine. We'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't really want to start a business right now. There are other things you want to work on. Like maybe you want to work on your confidence, putting yourself first, self-care, weight loss. Whatever it is that you want to do, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself that having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. Because I want to make sure I'm able to pour into you the way that you deserve. I really want to sit down and work with you and figure out what's not working out and then create a plan specifically for you and your needs and your responsibilities. Okay? Also, too, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I told you I'm only interested in helping people who don't. Or I'm only interested in helping people who want help. I'm not here to help people who don't. I can't convince you to change. I can't force you to change. Believe it or not, people don't change until the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same. People may be unhappy, but they are content with their unhappiness. I can't help you. I can only help the person who's tired of it and actually wants to change. So I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. And once that timer goes off, we're done. So don't overthink. Deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. So don't overthink, just move. One last thing, Glowup Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside, you are inside forever. All right, you will always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live in there. You will always have access to all of the information that's in there, plus what I update, because things are consistently changing, like algorithms and things. You will also always have access to my inbox. So any questions that you have, I expect you to ask. And I'm always checking in with you to make sure that you're executing and doing the thing. Not talking about the thing, not watching the thing, but actually doing the thing. Okay? Because Glowup Academy is lifetime access, there's no monthly fees, no dues. You're one time, that's it, forever. It's $5.97, and it's worth every penny of $5.97. Okay, I was out for 2 weeks because I was recovering from thyroid surgery, and women were paying $5.97 to join. However, because you guys have been present, you've been asking questions, you've been taking your notes, and you promised you were going to execute, I'm going to take the price down, all right? And it'll stay down for 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break it up, so you can still get in while it's lower. But once that 10-minute timer goes off, the price will go back up to $5.97. Okay? Before I show you guys how to join, I do want to show y'all what's inside. So I know some of you guys are not familiar with the Skool platform. There's an inbox icon here. Let me turn this up. There's an inbox icon here. As soon as I get off of this live, so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be hopping inside. I'm going to be sending you a message because I want to know more about you, what you're struggling with, what have you tried, what hasn't worked for you, what has, because I want to create a plan for you, okay? So I need you guys to respond to my message. I know it's Saturday. Some of you guys got stuff to do with your family. Some of you guys are at work. Fair enough. But before you go to bed tonight, I need you to respond to my message, okay? Because the quicker you respond, the quicker we can start executing. We've wasted too much time. Some of y'all wasted years. Let's not let another minute go by without executing. So please respond to my message. Plus, I'm always checking in with you. You're not by yourself. I'm always one message away. So because I'm always checking in, I need you to respond. So if something's not working, then we can fix it. Sometimes life happens. So we got to fix it, not just dwell on it. Okay? So please make sure you respond to my messages. All right? Okay. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so just hang tight for me. YouTube, TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to come to my profile. Now I'm on 2 TikTok lives. The one that says how to start your online business from scratch. My profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? You're going to click where it says stand.store. And then here you are. Become the woman who actually follows through, all right? And the price has been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. It'll stay $3.49 for the next 10 minutes, okay? Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You guys, this is really important. The email address that you guys put in is where everything is going, okay? Sometimes the autocorrect gets you. Sometimes you misspell Gmail. Please quadruple check that, all right? Because the access link is inside of the email that is sent to you from the email you provided, okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then you can click this blue button that says, oopsies, that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you'll be receiving your very first email from Stan. That's just your order confirmation email. The second email will come from me. It's going to say Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glowup Academy. Click on that email. There's a yellow button that says join now. I want you to click on that, and then you should have full access inside of Glowup Academy. Do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you see everything and that you got everything. If you did not get your emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake. But no worries, we will fix it right here on live. Okay, so please make sure you respond, or please make sure you let me know that you got it. Okay, so that we can get everything straight. All right, YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to leave my live and come to my channel. You're going to click right here where it says Stand.Store. And here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. Marked down from $5.97 to $3.49. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name. Quadruple check that email address. And then click this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Okay? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now. Give me 1 second. Shoot. All right, the timer has started. I see Abby, 1 second. I'm about to send you that second email now. I'm not sure which live she's on. All right. Abby, can you check your email for me? Ladies, please do not leave until you confirm you received your email. I am waiting on Abby. Okay. Abby. I am on 3 lives, by the way. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. Let's go through some of our affirmations while I wait for Abby. And like I said, you guys, as soon as the live is over, I'm going to be sending you a message. That's why I want you inside. Don't just confirm that you received your email. I want you to actually join inside of Glowup Academy so that when I get off of this live, I can send you your message and we can start executing. Okay, so please let me know. All right, let's see where we at. I try to mix them up. Here we go. I celebrate both my small and big achievements. I celebrate both of my small and big achievements. See, a lot of people think that until they reach this huge milestone, that they don't deserve to celebrate themselves. But you should be celebrating yourself every day. So some of the things that I say to myself is, I'm proud of myself for creating the content that I promised myself I was going to make today. Because some days I don't feel like it. I'm human. Everyone's human. You're not going to always feel like doing something. But let's say you follow through with the plan that you promised yourself you were going to do. Well, once you finish it, you should say to yourself, I'm proud of myself for that. Because I wasn't really feeling it today, but I did it anyways. You should be celebrating yourself. You should be always telling yourself how amazing you are. You should always be telling yourself how proud you are of yourself. Because the more you start to pour into yourself, the more you want to show up for yourself. Okay? Maybe you were terrified to post your first video, but you did it. Well, then you should celebrate yourself. You should say to yourself, hey, I'm proud of you. You know, you didn't even feel like doing that, or you didn't even think the video was good enough, and you still posted it. That's something to be proud of. That's how I want you to speak to yourself. If you're not speaking to yourself like that, that is a serious problem. And that's why you don't feel good about yourself. Because you don't pour into yourself. That's a problem. Okay? I am capable of achieving my dreams. Okay, let me check 1 second. I am capable of achieving my dreams. Okay, where we at? All right. Vicky, can you check your email for me? I'm waiting on Abby and Vicky. I just sent you yours. Check for me, please. Okay. I'm capable of achieving my dreams. Absolutely. But that's going to require you to get off of these apps. You can't achieve your dreams by watching. It's this toxic loop that a lot of you guys have put yourself in, and that unfortunately you've convinced yourself that by watching you're doing. Only thing you're doing is wasting your precious time. You've got to close these apps. Some of y'all not going to listen. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. Absolutely. But again, if you don't get off these apps, you ain't creating nothing. Here we go. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. Yeah, check your promotional tab. You guys, sometimes, especially if you have a Gmail, the second email that says Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glowup Academy, click on the promotional tab. Also check your spam folder. I've heard a couple people say that it's been put in there, so check those two folders too, okay? I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. Absolutely. You're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. I cannot stress this enough. I have a positive impact on the world. I have a positive impact on the world. There are a lot of people who are struggling with the same thing that you have a solution for. You're not the only person who went through whatever you're going through or have gone through. And there's a whole world of people out there who need your help, who are looking for guidance, who are looking for answers. But because you lack confidence, you don't see the value in what it is that you're trying to create for people. This is why I keep stressing the importance of building confidence and keeping those promises that you make to yourself. Because every time you break those promises, this is the result of that. Thinking that your ideas are stupid. Well, other people are already doing it, so I shouldn't do it. But they're not you. They're not you. Everyone has different things to offer because we're all different people. But if you lack that confidence in yourself and you're not even willing to get off of these apps and work on it, there's really nothing I can do, you know? Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. You gotta close these apps. You have got to live your life. You have got to keep the promises that you make to yourself. There should be no reason why you're scrolling. I don't scroll. I run my business and I get off. I get on these lives, I do my lives, and I get off. I post my content and I get off. I am not scrolling watching other people's lives. The time that you're watching people's lives, you could be hosting your own. But you're just in this loop that you don't even see that. The time that you're watching other people's YouTube videos, you could be creating your own. I tell y'all, if you want to watch my YouTube videos, I appreciate it. You're helping me run up the AdSense check. I love it. But I do not want you watching me stagnant. If you're going to listen to me, you better be getting your steps in. That's non-negotiable while you're listening to me. If you're going to listen to me, you better be setting up to create your own content. If you're going to be listening to me, you better be listening while you're driving to work to get that money. If you're going to be listening to me, you better be listening to me while you're meal prepping so you can count your calories and lose the weight that you've been talking about losing. You should not be stagnant while you're listening to me. Absolutely not. Because that's not going to get you nowhere. And if you want to do anything for me, I want you to execute what the hell we've been talking about. I don't want you to journal about it. I don't want you to plan it out. I want you to do it. I need you to do it. Okay? Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Okay? Vicky, I'm still waiting for you. You guys, please don't leave until you let me know you received your emails, because I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know if you got it or not. One more time, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice, put in my profile, and then click this link right here that says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. It is marked down to $3.49. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name. Quadruple check your email address. And then click this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Okay? And then YouTube, same thing. Leave the live. Come to my channel. And then click where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Vicky, I'm waiting on you, babe. And I should see that member count go up. That's how I know you're inside. Let me refresh my page. Abby, I see you. You're inside. Vicky. her to come back. We'll do one more while we're picking. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. How do you show love to yourself? By keeping the promises that you made to yourself, making yourself a priority. Thank you. Making yourself a priority in your own life. Removing toxic people who make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel less than. Absolutely. Speaking your affirmations, not just once a week, all day, every day. The time that you're scrolling could be the time that you're speaking your affirmations. Okay? Okay. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me so you do not lose me. They do steal my videos. They do make fake accounts and they're going to turn around and message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets. For those of you guys who did join Glowup Academy, I'm hopping in now. You'll get a message from me in the next 5 minutes or so. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad that you are getting the results that you want and you are pleased with everything that's going on. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday and I will see you guys later, okay? Very good. Bye, YouTube.